Patrick Henry was the voice of the Revolution. See, he didn't write the Constitution, he didn't invent lightning rods, and he didn't command armies. But what he did was stand up in crowded halls and make men's hearts catch fire with words. He was a lawyer who could turn a trial into theater, a politician who could make freedom sound like destiny, and a revolutionary whose voice thundered the famous line, "Give me liberty or give me death." That cry didn't just echo in Virginia, it shook the colonies awake. Patrick Henry wasn't a careful architect of laws, he was the spark that lit them. Welcome to our republic.
When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political band,
sailors and airmen of the Allied Expeditionary Force.
Well, I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers. Not one small step for man.
Those three hallowed words reverently dictate what you ought to be, what you can be, what you will be.
we pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
Patrick Henry was born in 1763 in Hanover County, Virginia. And unlike many founders, his early years were far from elite. He tried his hand at farming and business but failed at both. But what he discovered instead was his gift for persuasion and a voice that could hold people captive. At the age of 24, he was practicing law. Through his education, or though his education was limited compared to men like Jefferson or Madison, Henry had something rarer: instinct. In the courtroom, he spoke plain truth with passion, and jurors loved him for it. Henry's first taste of fame came in 1763 with the Parsons Cause, a legal case over whether clergy could be paid in tobacco. Standing before the jury, Henry turned it into a trial of British tyranny itself. He thundered that the king who vetoed colonial laws was behaving like a tyrant. Shocking language for the time. And that case put Henry on the map as a man unafraid to call out injustice, even if it meant attacking royal authority. When Parliament passed the Stamp Act in 1765, Henry rose in the Virginia House of Burgesses to deliver one of the boldest responses. He introduced the Virginia Resolves, declaring that only Virginia had the right to tax Virginians, not Parliament. The speech electrified the chamber. Henry's words compared King George III to Caesar and warned of tyranny. Outraged opponents shouted treason, but Henry's resolutions passed. He had given a voice to a resistance at the moment when many still hesitated. And Henry's defining moment came in March of 1775 at St. John's Church in Richmond. As delegates debated how far Virginia should go resisting Britain, Henry stood and spoke. He argued that war was not just coming, it was already here. That very hope of peace that they wanted was an illusion. That waiting would only bring chains. And then came the thunderclap. I know not what course others will take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death. The speech electrified the assembly. Legend says that the crowd sat stunned in silence before erupting in support. Whether every word we quote today is exact or not, the effect is undeniable. Henry's voice made revolution feel inevitable. And during the revolution, Henry served as the first governor of Virginia, helped raise troops, supply the army, keep Virginia engaged in the struggle. Though his executive experience was uneven, his commitment never wavered. He wasn't just a man of words, he carried the weight of leadership through the darkest years. And after independence, Henry remained a powerful force in Virginian politics. But when the Constitutional Convention in 1787 produced a new federal framework, Henry was one of his fiercest critics. He believed it gave too much power to the central government and endangered liberty he had fought for. His fiery speeches at Virginia's ratification debates kept the anti-federalist cause alive. He pushed for the Bill of Rights as a safeguard, and in that, his resistance left a lasting mark. Henry eventually withdrew from politics, though he remained a respected elder statesman. In his later years, even George Washington and John Adams courted him back into public service. And though he never fully embraced the Constitution, he accepted that the nation had moved forward. Patrick Henry died in 1799 at Red Hill, Virginia, leaving behind not documents or designs, but a legacy of words that had stirred people into action. Give me liberty or give me death. Patrick Henry, the orator of liberty. He didn't draft the blueprints for America, but he gave the revolution its voice. His speeches cut through doubt, silenced hesitation, and declared that freedom was worth everything, even life itself. That's American. I love it, man. I really appreciate you listening. Remember, history isn't boring. It's the story of voices powerful enough to launch revolutions. See you next time.